Who's in here? Hey, go see if you can see it on there. On a Gacho Vida. Huh? From YouTube. That's it. We new on this shit. We back. Sis. Is it?
¿Qué te fuck pasa? Been going hard in these motherfucking streets, sis. Cause I'm a pimp. Why you fucking all them hoes? Why you pimping in them clothes? Why you act like that? How you act like that? Why you slinging all them hoes and slamming on them doors? How you
hear
stick like that?
And see that? Oh, órale. Am I too loud? Am I too loud? Let's see.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. You hear me? Don't lie, homie.
I can hear you.
It's still on that beat, nigga. We already like a couple. Huh?
You can hear the music going.
I know, but it's not going no more. You're a couple steps back. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I was saying if we can hear you.
Mira, about the word live. That's it.
Probably a delay, way.
Don't make a fucking fool out of me, homie.
I think, man.
Live on TV. Yes, it.
We on?
Yeah. We on. Can you hear us?
What's our days in this?
Hey, Derek, tell them what we want to talk about today. First, tell them this is season 2 of the Gacho Vida show. Season 2, bitch. That's why we was off for fucking 3 months. I know y'all thought he was in jail, but that wasn't true. Not at all. All right. What we gonna talk about, Derek?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, he cares. He cares. Want me to turn you up? Say something. We're gonna talk about this all-out war going on in Israel.
What we're gonna do? Just react to it?
And then we're going to talk about the ICE riots over there. Are they riots or protests?
Protest.
Protest, yeah. What does it sound like? On the left? They're protesting a little bit and they rioting a little bit. Let's keep it real. And then we're going to talk about how these young fools like this fool likes to smoke weed before he eats. When you're supposed to. No, you like to smoke it. Yeah, right before you eat. You're supposed to smoke after you eat. So you can enjoy your fucking high. What's the point of getting high and eating your high go away? That's sad. Come on, brother. You learn that when you're 22.
You know what's gotcha? I used to eat and then I would smoke.
I think I did when I was young, like way younger than him. But then I learned that's dumb way. What are you gonna smoke for, nigga? So you could be high, but once you eat, you ain't gonna be high no more.
By the time I get hungry, I'm gonna be full.
That's what
Speak
I'm
up.
saying.
Talk louder,
If you eat and then you get high, you're gonna stay high.
So that means you're smoking, you're getting high just to eat. Nigga,
But
when I'm
that's what-
high, the
that-
last thing I
that-
want to do
that-
is eat.
That's what you're saying.
What?
You're saying that you would rather smoke first and then eat. That don't
No,
make
no,
sense.
hell no. He says that's what he does.
Oh, that's what you do?
We just got Burger King right now. This fool wanted to get it. He said, well, I got to smoke first, man, so I can eat. The fuck?
Cause look, if I eat, bro, and then I smoke, I'm gonna get hungry regardless. I know I'm gonna get hungry.
Yeah, I know that, but if you eat first and you smoke, you're not going to be hungry.
You're not gonna be
Until
hungry.
way later. Then you,
That's why I would eat before I got high, because once you get high, and then you have that where you're hungry, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, you could overeat. I think.
oh, yeah, for sure. But, because you're going to end up eating twice. But
But I don't
if
get
you
hungry.
eat first, I mean,
after-
if you get high and then eat, nigga, you ain't going to be high no more after you eat. What the fuck? That shit goes away.
Go smoke more, man.
If I could be hungry as fuck, and then somebody wants to smoke some weed, I'll be like, hold on, let me eat first. So I get high and, what I was gonna say is I could be hungry as fuck and hit a joint and I wouldn't want to eat no more and I'm gonna lose my high. Everybody know that, boy. See, look at people in the comments. They're already saying, well, look, you the one supposed to be reading this shit. That's it. How many people's in? Look, 17 people in here, bro. Santos, I think your girlfriend's in here. His Vato's girlfriend's in here. That's it. All right, hold on. Let's go live to Trunk, because Trunk's talking about the wars that's going on. We're going to give our fucking feedback on that, and then we're going to talk about the ice.
Got 4 viewers with 3.
Oh, I told you to shut the fuck up, let's see. How many beers you got? He's
I don't
looking.
know why they said y'all high.
Hey, this food, hey, he got on somebody's podcast yesterday, called in their show, edit. Some natives, they were talking about racist, they were talking about Latino racist people, and he said, I'm gonna call these motherfuckers. And then he called and waited for a long ass time. By the time they put him on, he didn't know what to say no more. I was gonna say that the Mexicans, we like you guys.
What are they talking about?
Dude, what was the title? Racist Latinos.
Yeah, it was something about
No, anti-black not Latinos is what it is. Thinking that,
something where they were saying that we supposed to we were saying that black people owed us something.
And then they ate.
Black people owed us.
and then they asked this food.
Why would we
This
feel
food,
that
hey.
they owe us something?
Tell me I'm lying. Ask me if I'm lying. They asked this fool if black people should get reparations, and this nigga hung up. He didn't know what the fuck they were saying.
Nah, I know what they were saying. I didn't know, bro, cause like I don't know. I don't want to just be dick riding.
No, because reparations mean that if they should get money for,
What you think?
yeah, they should.
What you think?
On who? Them?
But they have to be
They should get
Should they get a?
not just all black people,
money if they were
slave descendants.
or
If they came from slaves, yeah.
like chase down the roots of your family, whoever was slaves. and,
Well, they,
compensation.
you know, if you certain people way they'll say that unless you know, for them to get money,
This motherfucker don't even got a title.
they have to be prove that they're from that ancestry type deal, that their ancestors were slaves. But then some people say, well, what's that got to do with you? You wasn't a slave, so why do we owe you money? But for
But
me,
fuck it, let 'em get
but
the
for-
money,
but
$1 million
for me-
each.
For me, they, you know, they oppress their people. And,
If you
and
say no-
in reality, they're oppressed just like, you know, because they're behind.
Let them all get $1 million
They set 'em-
with it.
They set them back, man. So they should get paid,
And then we get paid
but they're
too.
never gonna get paid because that's not how shit. No, that ain't gonna work that way.
I want them to get away because then our sales will go up. On the Hale Vato, guess how much they say. All right. Hey, but let's go check out,
Chicano Juarez said,
let's see what Donald Trump's live right now talking about this war that's popping out. So let's go check it out. If it's some bullshit, then it's some bullshit. What you want from me, homie?
yeah, he's saying Mexican shit too.
As you know, with the auto workers, with the Teamsters, with unions, I did fantastically well. Best numbers ever by a
Is he
Republican.
talking about the war or
But-
not? It's it.
And I have a lot of respect for those people. But Sean Fain, who I don't know, but wasn't a supporter, although the auto workers were big supporters. I watched him last night and he said Donald Trump is absolutely
There's some
right
people in here.
on tariffs. He said what he's doing on tariffs is an incredible thing. And it's about time somebody
Yeah,
had
he
the
ain't talking
guts to
about the
do
war.
it. Because we're going to save auto
So let's go.
manufacturing. And I said to people when I was campaigning, you're going to have so many auto jobs, you're not going to believe what's going to happen. We're going to load up Michigan. I won the state of Michigan, as you know.
See, hombre.
And part of the
You didn't win shit on me. Look, damn. Texas deploys National Guard where?
That's on that. That don't have nothing to do with the war.
Do you have a car? Do you have a clean driving record? Did you know that you could pay as low as $39 a month in car insurance?
Wait up. Damn, hold up. This motherfucker went out.
Hey, wait up. Are you able to? Is that showing? Yeah.
See what they doing right here, snatching foods up, Esther. Look, there's one already in. Oh, you see that? Is that somebody real in there? He got fucking, he's like robbing in there. See that?
Did you see me do anything dangerous?
Call the mayor.
Let him know I was illegally arrested.
Also saw 6 of them piling on top of you for no fucking reason.
100% compliant.
Let me check it out.
Check what out.
There's evidence. Hey, bro. Walk with me. There's
I
evidence.
feel bad way
that
because
I
all
was
these
like,
people that are doing that
being
protest
compliant
shit,
with
they're,
the law.
they're being manipulated.
They
right
asked
now.
me to move to the sidewalk. I did. And
All bullshit
I'm like
aside.
under arrest.
Going to Stroke Property.
Hold on, let's go to the war shit man, first.
Let's go live now to Tel Aviv, where Fox News chief foreign correspondent Trey Yingst has been up all night, is
that's
standing
Trey
by
Yingst.
with all the details. Trey,
That's
what
my
can you
boy,
tell
yes,
us?
sir.
Yeah, Laura, following that Israeli attack against Iranian nuclear facilities and top IRGC leadership overnight and into today, the Iranians have
What about when I take
responded
that
with
off?
3
Oh,
waves
yeah.
of ballistic missiles. This is Israel's version of the Pentagon, the Kiryat. And the building on this
Hey, good eye,
compound
Way.
was
Good
just
fucking eye.
hit.
Please go back. Go
And
back, please. Go back, please.
You can understand here, it's very tense at this
Go back.
specific location because the Iranians are now targeting the
So now where
defense
we at?
establishment
When it goes
of
like that?
Israel. And so I'm going to have my cameraman
They're gonna
pan
get
up
delayed,
here
so
to this
you gotta
building
wait to
just
see.
across the street from the Kiryat.
What's up? Chicano in the house. Y'all high, we high as a
I think you
motherfucker.
need to shrink that. This down here, look. That's gonna have to
You
get.
can see it's very tense right here because, again, the Iranians were
All right,
able
we're back
to
on
just
that.
strike.
Can they? Hey, can you still hear the news on there?
Israel. As we move forward here,
Oye, vato. You can still hear that. ¿Cómo se oye, man? Hey, how's it sound out there? Anybody listening? If you ain't listening, fuck it. We were getting back on this shit. They said learn as you go. It's better to have a good plan today than a perfect plan next week. Does that make sense to you there? Yeah, you want to make a perfect plan next week. And then when next week comes, you're like, man, fuck, let's wait till next week. And then we'll be waiting for every fucking next weeks after that, homie. Trust me.
Show off the video.
Can you see the video?
but the bottom line here, Laura, is that the conflict between Israel and Iran continues. The Iranians have
Can you
launched
see over there?
around 150
No, can you
ballistic
hear it?
missiles into this
can
country
see us,
today.
right?
Some of them slamming
you're not being able to
into
see the video,
military establishments, into
Now what can you see?
a variety of residential
How about
buildings.
now? Oh, you're
And
gonna add-
as you can
there's
see
a
off
delay,
here in the distance, this is a shopping mall in the heart of Tel Aviv. There are both residential and commercial
See,
buildings
that's
around
what it
here,
should
Laura,
look like on there.
and they have been
Like that.
damaged in this
Is
most
that what it looks like?
missile barrage launched by the Iranians.
Huh?
Laura?
Gotta get
Trey,
it.
how badly have the residential sites been hit? Because Israel is now saying that what Iran did in its counter strike is basically beyond the pale. And so each side is saying,
No, it
you did
sounds like
this,
shit.
the results are going to
He
be
said it sounds like
devastating
crispy
for your
shit.
country.
Yeah, absolutely. What we saw tonight, I have not seen in nearly 7 years of
How's it look?
covering
though?
this story.
Let me see.
We have seen rocket fire from the Gaza Strip with groups like
But why is
Hamas
it
and
like
Islamic
that, though?
Jihad. We've seen precision-guided missiles
I'm talking about it
coming
don't look
from
like that right
Lebanon
here.
with the Iran-backed group Hezbollah,
That's-
ballistic missiles from Yemen with the
Gotta figure
Houthis.
it out.
We were here last year in both April and
Mhm.
October when the Iranians targeted Israel, and they targeted bases on the outskirts of major population centers. The site that we just got back from, where one woman was killed and at least 20 were injured,
Damn, somebody got
an
killed.
entire block was wiped out. While we were there, every once in a while, the rescue teams, Laura, they would stop and they would tell everyone to be quiet. And they would call out for survivors under the rubble, and they didn't find anyone while we were there. And as we were live on Special Report, there was incoming missile fire, and we had to, in the middle of our hit, get to a shelter
Something right here should
underground
be the,
and wait as explosions
no,
happened
no,
right
no.
overhead.
I heard his layout.
One of them so large, it shook the building that we were in.
How do we look now?
The site that we're at right now, again, it's a very sensitive site, as you saw some of those police and soldiers at the beginning of our conversation here wanting us to move back. They don't want us to show this specific area, but it was a hit
How
that
we
was
look?
trying
Is
to
it moving
target
us around?
directly Israel's version of the Pentagon, the Kiryat. Iran is using what they can to respond to Israel, but Israeli sources
Say
say
what?
this is going to go on for days, if not weeks, because the Iranians are now striking Israel with groups of ballistic missiles, anywhere from 50 to 100 missiles. And so
They
while
said
Israel
it-
can shoot
come
down
on,
some
bro.
of that fire,
That's too
they
much.
simply cannot
What'd you turn up?
shoot down all of it.
You
And what
turned
we
me
saw
up.
tonight was
Oh, you want me to
truly
go up? Then they said loud and clear. That's it.
unspeakable in terms of the escalation ladder of what is
What
about
do you
to
think,
happen.
Derek?
Laura, I can tell you the Israelis are going
We
to
ain't
ramp
even
up their strikes.
Well, it's hard to react to that. We're trying to get to this situation.
Well, let's
over
get
here.
that. No, we're good now. But
No, you're
let's
good now?
yeah,
All
let's,
right, we're good now. All right.
let's just play a what happened over there. 2-minute video right here. Here we go. Oh, mama's way. Fucking commercial.
See it right there. Iran bombarding Israel. The cities of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem getting hammered with
See that?
missiles
They got hit right there.
from
Remember how you were saying
Iranian
them rockets
troops.
weren't
Smoke can be seen
getting
rising from
through?
buildings in
They're
Tel
going
Aviv.
through.
Israeli military says dozens of
That's
missiles
going on
were
right now,
detected.
ladies and
This
gentlemen.
comes one day after Israel launched a wide-scale attack on Iran, which killed at least 3 top Iranian military commanders, took out nuclear facilities in Tehran. Fox's Connor Hansen reports.
Israel says it will keep up its strikes against Iran, but its citizens are already seeing retaliation.
Son, what up?
Air raid sirens sound as a barrage of
Check,
missiles
check, check.
flies over Tel
Hold it that
Aviv.
way.
State media says Iran launched
Hold that
hundreds
shit
of
way.
ballistic missiles towards Israel. Smoke over Tel Aviv suggests at least one landed. Iran's supreme leader vowing revenge.
Life will become bitter for them, without a doubt.
Iran's retaliation comes as Israeli jets continue to carry out strikes on Iran. The IDF releasing detailed graphics of nuclear sites it says have been destroyed as Iran was stockpiling enriched uranium. And video shows Israeli Mossad operatives working deep inside Iran to take out key defenses, even smuggling in drones.
Israel got some hot
Israel
takes,
uncovered
bro.
clear evidence that the Iranian regime was planning a surprise attack in coordination with their proxies.
Some of Iran's top military leaders and nuclear scientists have been killed.
No, they even
The
got
U.S.
their
has
eliminated.
moved warships and flown in
Hold on,
jets
one of
to
them was the one
protect
that Trump
personnel in the
killed, though.
area. The president posted
Planning a surprise attack in coordination with their proxies.
some of Iran's top military leaders and nuclear scientists have
Salami.
been killed.
Oh, salami.
The U.S. has moved
Yeah,
warships
salami.
and flown in
These
jets
motherfuckers
to
killing that
protect
fucking
personnel in the
salami.
area. The president posted
You
on
want a
Truth
salami?
Social, quote,
Yeah.
2 months ago, I gave Iran a 60-day ultimatum to make a deal. They should have done it. Today is day 61. I told them what to do, but they just
they
couldn't
do it?
get there. Now they have perhaps
tell you
a
what.
second chance.
The world is safer this morning than it was when we all went to bed last night, and the Iranian people are now given a real
Now that
opportunity.
we done kicked
Prime
off the
Minister
war,
Benjamin
and-
Netanyahu says strikes
he
could
says
last
that
at
'cause,
least 2 weeks.
'Cause it-
In New York, Connor
they're
Hansen,
fucking
Fox
up their,
News.
Nuclear fucking plant.
Yeah. All right. So what happened was Israel attacked Iran the other day, killing a bunch of motherfuckers and blowing up some of their. What they said they said
Where they do
That-
their nuclear shit.
where they're making nuclear shit. First of all, we can't believe if that's true. Like, I hear echo. How do we know that's true? Just because they said it? You know what I mean? But anyways, what was you wanting to talk about? What was you saying about that? You said that the United States is going to get in it too? They're not going to get in it.
They're already in it.
Nah, well, them being in it is soldiers on the ground, our people fighting. It's not, they ain't doing that because Israel could beat Iran by themselves. It's about to be over already.
It's not even about that. It's just about people getting involved with it.
They're involved.
Yeah, they might be involved, but they're not in the war.
Not yet.
You see that Iron Dome way came into effect?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but look at all the missiles that fucking went in.
Then there was some that went in.
Yeah, on like 2 or 3.
I don't know.
I think like 2 or 3. Yes.
Yeah, 'cause I was showing him the video of it. but
And
it
then
coming in.
there was one video where you see a missile hit the sidewalk, and I was like, the little fucking what the fuck? That's all it did. Didn't even blow up the whole sidewalk. A little piece. What kind of missiles are you shooting at? You didn't see
And
that?
that's what I was looking at. I questioned how gotcha those bombs are. They're fucking even shooting over there, way. What kind of fucking missiles are they, way?
One may never know. But Israel's one. They started it way, but they're saying because they're making nuclear weapons, and if they make one, the first thing they're gonna do is drop it on them because they don't believe they should be there. They want all them dead. You know that? Iran thinks they should kill all them because religious reasons. I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Is that what you think?
No, that's what it is, boy. No, for real. Their religion believes that there's only
They
one
feel that if they get a nuclear weapon, then that's a way they could stay in power.
I'll take that. I'll take that as a W. Now, what else? What else we talking about? No? Otra vez. Let's see. These fools right here show the good clips. Right? So let's see what they're talking about. You ready? Hold on. What is it?
Them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated.
It's Iran and their proxies who threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani.
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That'd be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence perhaps, but he never said it. If that happens to a leader or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran.
A targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9. In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before. Steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger.
Hey, when somebody gets up there and says shit like that, how do you know if they're lying about when they started giving out fucking numbers like that? Show some shit. Show some proof. You can't show no proof, then we just gotta trust them.
Don't know.
Fuck that. That's it. What I look like, homie? I wasn't born yesterday. Nah, they're probably telling the truth, ain't it, Dirk? Let's believe them. It's because in the history, our history, United States history, they fake shit like that all the time just so they can do some shit. Trust me, boy.
To Israel's very survival. 80 years ago, the Jewish people were the victims of a Holocaust perpetrated by the Nazi regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear Holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister, I've made it clear time and again, Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program.
Is this what was hit?
That's what they said, but I seen a whole apartment building got hit with a missile, bro, online.
They hit like civilian areas.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn.
Yeah,
This shit crazy,
they're all out
bro.
war, person.
You want high performance, long lasting,
You know what I mean?
affordable tools.
Any comments, Derek? Let's see if this. Hey. Let's see if this scares the shit out of somebody.
Attention. We are now at DEFCON 1. Security lockdown.
Russian nukes in space.
The country recently tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile.
Hypersonic missiles and aircraft could be the future of warfare.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful nuclear weapons in the world is the B-83 nuclear bomb, the heavyweight of the US arsenal. Weighing about 2,400 pounds or 1,100 kilograms and stretching 12 feet or 3.7 meters in length with a diameter of 18 inches or 46 centimeters, it's roughly the size of a small car. But within this imposing frame lies a force of unimaginable destruction. The B-83 is a gravity bomb, meaning it's dropped from an aircraft and relies solely on gravity to reach its target. No rockets or propulsion systems, just a free-falling descent. This might sound simple, but the devastation it can unleash is anything but. Carried by strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the B-52 Stratofortress, the B-83 can be delivered deep into enemy territory. With a blast yield of up to 1.2 megatons of TNT, the B-83 is approximately 80 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, which had a yield of about 15 kilotons. To put that into perspective, imagine the explosive energy of 1.2 million tons of TNT detonating in a single moment. But the B-83 isn't just about raw power. It's designed to penetrate underground bunkers, burrowing into the earth before detonating. As for how many of these weapons exist, while exact numbers are classified, experts estimate that there are about 650.
Turkey, I don't know if Turkey's considered the Middle East. I think it is. And then Saudi Arabia.
Nope. You think so? You think they got the same?
I know they keep their
military-wise.
I know they keep their network.
They could compete against Israel.
It's hard because I know they keep their network like private. They don't tell them how much they make, so they could have a bunch of money and keep it off secret. You know.
What about Pakistan?
Yeah.
What about India?
That's not the Middle East.
I don't think they got enough firepower like that. They remind me of countries like North Korea. Like,
but they got nukes.
they do.
Let's see, we got it right here.
You know, there's nukes that are lost right now.
So Israel's like a small United States over there in the Middle East right now.
Here's a short we can watch.
The four strongest military forces in the Middle East. Number 4, United Arab Emirates. Number 3, Iraq. Number 2, Morocco. Number 1, Syria.
What the fuck?
The
We don't know
four
none of this.
strongest military forces.
That can't be right.
Nah, there ain't no way, man.
You see who's number one? Israel.
Yeah.
Israel's the smallest fucking. It's about the size of New Jersey, they say. But you know what other country's smallest fucking was on that list? Qatar. Look. Number 5, I think. What the hell was that? UAE. Turkey was up there. Overcomes Qatar.
You said Pakistan and India ain't in the Middle East.
I thought Pakistan might be, but not India.
Well, they're right next to each other.
I know, but where's the Middle East stop and where's the fucking Sud begin, homie?